We are live. Welcome, everyone. Going to be playing some Verdance today. I was testing out Syndra for the last couple of weeks because I think the hero is really cool. Was hoping that I could get decent enough with it to maybe bring it to the Battle Hardened as like a strong deck, but I think that it just like wasn't really clicking with me. I don't know what it is, but the deck is complicated. Um, so I don't think, or I'm positive, I'm not going to be taking Syndra to the Milwaukee Battle Hardened. Not this coming weekend, but the it's on not even next weekend. The 29th is when it is. Um, the fallback deck is going to be Verdance. So I've played a lot of Verdance. I like Verdance a lot. Definitely fits more with my playstyle. It's a little bit slower, slightly more defensive, but it has that combo kill potential, which I like a lot. The deck feels pretty good. That's a lie. The deck feels kind of awkward, but then it just wins. But I like it. So we're going to be playing some. My list is in the description, but this is what it looks like here. Pretty straightforward as far as like main deck equipment. I know that some people were trying Waning Moon, but I think Surge and Aethertide is just way too good. As for the main deck, we have the usual suspects here. We got the trees, the Command and Conquer spellings, pulsings, your root bounds. I'm running two Fiendo's Fighting Spirits. I really like this card, especially once you turn Verdance online. It's a 2-card 9 because you get the 7, the 1 point of life gain, and the 1 arcane damage. So I think this card's really good. You got Ring of Roses. That's a new addition from the Hunted. And then your blues are pretty standard here. I did put in 2 mental blocks to play around Syndra and Ira with the daggers. This seems really good. And then I also have the Seeds of Tomorrow in the main deck. Shaved down to 1 Scour. Now that Viscera is gone, I don't feel like this is going to be quite as important, but it is there as an option. In the sideboard, I'm running 1 Calming Breeze, again, for like those Syndra and Ira matchups. We have the Shelters for those matchups as well. Only on 2 Summer's Fall. I feel like Enigma is less popular right now. She might make a comeback, but I didn't feel like I needed the full playset. The weakest links are a bit of a hedge into Aurora. And then we have energy potions for the decks that are going to try to stall us out a little bit. Things like Jarl, where the game's going to go a bit longer. And Poison the Wells for the CYB matchups. Also running Alluvian Constellus, just because I think Verdance is probably going to be a bit more popular than normal. So that lets us go up to AB4 with Plume as well. So pretty standard, nothing too crazy here, but we're going to be testing it. And we can just go ahead and jump into a game here. Really excited for the Battle Hardened. I feel like min-max games, they always do a really good job putting on larger events. We went to the Calling in Chicago, where I played Oldhim in the LL Calling, and that was super fun. Min-max, just super good people. They posted a video talking about the Battle Hardened, and they gave us a shout out, which was super cool. Hey Trent, how's it going? Yes, we do love Verdance. I I do like playing as Chapel Roan. Um, Honestly, kind of surprised that I haven't found a game yet. There we go. Into a Prism. Not a great matchup. We would probably want to go first to set up a little bit. We have potions and stuff that we can use. We'll bring in the poppers that we do have. Oh, they left. Okay. Why do I say her name like that? Verdance? Or is it Verdance to you? I will definitely go first into Dashio. Yeah, Trent, I heard you you top aided. Was it? You top aided was it the Battle Hardened or the ProQuest Plus? The weakest links are also good into Dashio because they run a lot of items. Cards that we probably won't want in this matchup. Probably the Rampant Growths. Just because we're gonna be blocking a lot. And I could see I'm gonna say good luck, have fun, just so that they don't think that we're not here. Hmm. That's 63 right now. Let's go to 61. I'm just going to cut the seeds of tomorrow. Again, there are no blocks, and I want to avoid that as much as possible. We'll cut a healing potion too. You've been slaying Verdance? Yeah, Verdance. This is a decent hand. We can start off with some life gain, shoot them for one, and then play a healing potion. I like that. Uh, yeah, it was at the Battle Hardened. You were playing Zen, right? That's awesome, man. Congrats. And then Aggro got top four in the ProQuest Plus. Yeah, he was playing Aurora, right? They're gonna play an item, and we're just gonna arsenal our last card. We found the Ring of Roses pretty early. That's nice. We will block with the Plow Under. You're already tilted Harden. Ethan's gonna be one of my teammates. Ethan, have you decided what you're gonna play? I know it was probably some flavor of assassin, but been on Zen since RTN season started. Nice. Well, it's cool to see that the time put in paid off. Well, what was your record at the end of Swiss? Was it 7 or 8 rounds? Playing a processor, and they're just passing. I think we're gonna go Surgeon Aethertide pitching the Autumn's Touch. We'll gain two off of fruits, and then play a Ring of Roses. 7-1 out of 8 rounds. That's awesome, dude. Congrats. That's really impressive. Play the ring, and then we'll gain two here. All right, T-Bone coming down. We will block with the Metacarpus nodes. And I could be convinced not to block this one, but we can't really use this hand too effectively anyways, so let's give them the tree. If you promise that's how you pronounce her name, Huntsman. I don't think I'm that wrong here. Verdance. It's Verdance. Verdance? I don't Verdance sounds weird. Verdance. You know what? I'm gonna Google it. 0 to 60 for 4. We can get our decompose from the root bound here. You, and you. Okay, well, you might be right, but I'm going to keep saying Verdance. Thanks. Wasn't expecting anything out of this weekend, to be honest. Was just happy with one win, but then I just kept rolling pretty hot. That's awesome, man. Are we going to get, I guess, so if we block with a card and then they somehow just like end the turn here, which they shouldn't because they still have a card in hand, we can at least gain 3 and then arsenal the last card. So if we were to arsenal a card, it's probably the CNC. So let's block with the Pulsing Aether. Did you would have gotten a gold foil for top aiding, right? Okay, so they play the Teklo Pounder. So we will just gain the 3 life here and then arsenal the CNC. Throttle coming in for 3. Verdance. Verdance. I think I like that the least out of the 3. Verdance. Coming in for 8. I think I'm just going to give him 2 3 blocks here. And if he has Boom Grenade on the top, we have the mental block. Hmm. No gold foil for top aiding? That sucks. Caching's pretty nice, though. Fast and Furious coming in for 3. I think we're just going to pass here. Hmm. And then 0, 60, 0 to 60 coming in for 3 again. We're also going to take this. Max V's pretty good. Did not play Max V. Interesting. Okay. Well, I think we want to play our CNC, and then we can arsenal the root bound. This should draw blocks. I'd like to see that. Looks like he's just going to Spark of Genius. And then play Boom Grenade off the top. He left us with a slightly awkward hand. Hmm. I don't really know how to use this hand the most effectively. We could pop the plume to get Channel Millennium Tree. I'm just gonna let him know we're thinking for a second. So blue to use plume, blue to play channel, and then we can amp a pulsing aether. Uh, that'll put 2 more earth cards back in the yard, but we're taking 1 out, so we'd have 4 earth cards in there for the decompose. It would use the whole hand. The hand just doesn't do a lot if we don't, so I think I'm going to play channel. We will Sergeant and then pulsing either of them. This will be for 8. And then I think we just pass here. And then try not to die on their turn. Played another boom grenade off the top. Coming in for 5. We're probably going to get hit this turn. What do we want to do on our turn? It would be nice to play the plow, but they might not have an arsenal at the end of this. Do we use the bark skin here? You can try it. Heist. We are going to decompose, even though we're already blocking this. This will get us one step closer to um, Verdance being online. So we only need to decompose one more time, and we only need 2 Earth cards in that decompose, which we have 2 Earth cards. Playing another boom grenade and passing. That's not the worst for us. We won't be able to Surgent and Weakest Link, so this channel is probably not giving us value this turn. I think it's best to send the Weakest Link. Also, the first event where I knew more people and was more comfortable talking to folks, like meeting Taylor Crawford, IRL, and Will from the Table Pit. Yeah, that's cool, man. I it's definitely always more fun when you know like a big group of people. I think the last one that I went to was Nats, and it was we were hanging out with Agroblaze and like a bunch of other people that hang out in the streams, and that was super fun. Okay, so he pitched to the Teklo core because he did have a hit there. What's the game plan for you in this matchup? Yeah, basically just trying to wait them out, block as much as we can. They can fatigue themselves if they don't play correctly. So present disruption where we can, and then just be very defensive. Hey, Cusco, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Cusco's there. Yeah, yeah. We all went to dinner at this one place that was like down the street. I got hit on in front of my wife. It was great. Good times. Um, that's a lot of boom grenades. So I think we have to use. We didn't get value out of Barkskin, but I think this plus the root bound is probably a pretty good block for us. And we will get Verdance online. We only need 2 Earth cards in this one, so now we're online. They're gonna pop the Foundry Heart. I didn't. It was at the end of our dinner. Um, Zipper hit. If they have, did he just draw a card? What happened? No, okay. Yeah, it was at the end of our meal. We were all sitting in like a really big group, and I was sitting right next to a window, and they had the window open, and they had more seating outside. And there were these two women that were sitting out there, and they, I think we're gonna block. We'll block like this. Oh, we have the thing. We have the embodiment. They were staring at me for like a good while, and like I couldn't figure out why. They activated the headpiece. There we go. Oh, they're going to be able to max me here. And as we got up to leave, I saw one of them get out of their seat, and she met me at the door as I was walking out, and she was just like, "Hey, I just wanted to say, like, I think you're super cute." And as she was talking to me, that's four boom grenade triggers. My wife walks up and she's just like, what's going on?" It was very awkward. That's a lot of boom grenades. But we are still at 20. They have used a lot of resources so far. They are down two processors, which is pretty good for us. Oh, we don't want to pass. We do not want to pass. We're gonna pop the healing potion here. This will gain us 2 life, and then it will trigger Verdance, and then we'll get a Ring of Roses trigger as well. But they pitched for AB, which we're pretty happy with, actually. Yeah, I think so, Trent. I mean, it definitely didn't go to my head all weekend. This hand seems very good if we can keep our cards. Like, if they just take a setup turn here, I can see us taking like a hit, and then we go 0-60. We're going to give them the twinning here. Ooh, boom grenade off the top. Kind of gross. And then a Hanabi blaster. We'll block with the channel tree. Gonna refresh, make sure that we're not waiting on us. Okay. We're gonna activate Surgent. We're gonna gain a life and then shoot them for 1. And then we will pulsing aether them. This will be for 5. They take all 5. They go to 10. This is a decent defensive hand. The mental block could be pretty good for us here. They're gonna start with a boom grenade. So we know we need to block out here. Fast and Furious for 4. I feel like we can cover this pretty easily with the shelter. If you guys aren't a part of the Discord, I've been working on a pretty cool project the past few days. I'll show it off after we finish this game. Shelter, defense reaction. Playing a Spark of Genius. And he cranked it. Twin drive. So we're going to block, and then we're going to use the mental block here. Activating Goliath Gauntlet. Max V, kind of gross here. So this is representing 16 damage, which is our life total. We can block 3 of it and go to 3. He has to be almost out of gas here. So we take 9, 13. We're just going to pass back. Yeah, backup protocol pretty good here. He's going to be able to get back any of his good reds. Golding into the arsenal is not bad. We're going to use the root bound. Oh, wait. That's not what I wanted. Let me undo. Thank God he let me undo. I didn't realize we went to reactions. There we go. Let's block that out. Expedite for 3. We definitely have to block that. Activating Foundry Heart. And this is where we die. Because we can block this, but he gets his Hanabi counter, which comes in for 5. So that is going to be what kills us. And he only had 8 cards left in his deck. He's going to draw 4 of them, so he'd have 4 cards left. That was really close. He was able to set up 2 really good max V turns. Yeah, they definitely did really well. I don't feel too too bad about this matchup, but they can definitely set up a really good late game against us. I feel like we played our end pretty okay though. Prioritizing the disruption when we drew it. Like the turn that we sent the weakest link, they had an item in their hand, so they had to play around that. The turn we sent the CNC, they had to give us 2 cards for that. So I feel like that was pretty good. Let me show you guys what I've been working on. See, I'm going to be on this side for this. Yeah. Let me. I'm going to go out of focus really quick. Okay, perfect. So I bought a button maker, and I've been using a bunch of leftover bulk to make fab buttons. So that's an Earth's Embrace. I have a homage to the ancestors. That was pretty cool. Uh, Single-minded determination, I think this one's called, in rainbow foil. Looks really good. I have a Mask of Perdition rainbow foil. Also looks pretty cool. And then rainbow foil Oldham. So I think I've made a bunch more too. This is just like 5 samples. I have a whole pile over there. I think I'm gonna try to start like an Etsy shop for them or something. I'm not sure if that's something that people would be interested in. I think they're super cool. And I like having swag like that. But I don't know. I figured if people are interested in them, I can at least put them up, and if they sell, they sell. If they don't, they don't. Um, I think I just need to finalize a couple things on Etsy to actually get the shop live before I'm able to do it. So I'll probably post in the Discord the link, and then if it's ready by next week's stream, I'll also put it in the description just in case people are interested. Yeah, I'm just using a bunch of leftover bulk. I've used a couple cards that were maybe on the more expensive end. Do I have any here? Uh, or maybe like cards that you necessarily don't expect someone to punch a hole in. Like this is a Shadow Realm Horror rainbow foil. Like that's probably worth at least a few bucks, right? And then also a Lessons in Lava rainbow foil. So I figured they're kind of just like sitting on my shelf. I'm never gonna play them, and some of them are like just worthless enough to like not really be able to move, but not worth enough for me to care about. So why not do something cool with them? There's a lot of really cool Flesh and Blood art, and a lot of them go on bad cards. So this is a way to kind of appreciate that a little bit more. Arakni slip through the cracks. We will probably go first again. This setup looks good. Slippy is usually this is usually going to be a flick knives type deck with like the kiss of deaths and stuff, right? So we would want these. We're going to say good luck, have fun. So we definitely want the seeds, the mental blocks. I always struggle with sideboarding out in matchups like this. I could see the Fiendal's Fighting Spirits maybe not being fast enough. I can see the Scour's not doing anything. Maybe just run it at 61 and see what feels good, what doesn't. Hmm. We brought a lantern. So AB1 Spell Void 1. Good to know. I think we're gonna activate Surgent and amp it. We'll probably just put the Rootbound in Arsenal and keep the Shelter in hand. All right, pitching 2 reds. Don't really want to see these together. Toxicity is pretty cool. Double toxicity. Kiss of Death. Well, if I Seeds of Tomorrow this, they're kind of screwed, right? Because even when they go to flick, I'll still have two prevention floating. Because this is when it hits. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Yeah, so I have two damage prevention for their flick effect. Hunter's Clave isn't even gonna hit me right now, so I don't need to do anything here. They can flick, but it's gonna be prevented. Are you from Milwaukee? I am, yeah. I live in Milwaukee. I will be going to the Milwaukee Battle Hardened. Um, very, very local to me, so I'm super excited for that. Pitching a Codex. We're gonna go to Arsenal. CNC for 6 is pretty good. And our hand is just awkward enough to not be a fan of that. I don't love blocking with the felling, but if I block like this, then like this hand doesn't do much. I can block like this, pitch to Surgent, Rampant Growth. That's also pretty bad. Oh God, I feel like I run into stuff like this all the time playing Verdance. Yeah, this is the team battle hardened that I'm prepping for. I'll let them know we're thinking. That was a weird one. This will go like this. We're gonna activate Surgent, pitching this, and then we can play Warmongers, I guess. If we kept any cards, it would probably be attack actions, so we'll call War. I don't think it really messes with him at all. Like if he drew Toxicities or Codex, maybe, but for the most part, he should be unaffected by this. I guess they run things like Kiss of Death, or not Kiss of Death, Savor Bloodshed. All right, we drew not great. Peace would have been better. Kiss of Death for 3. We will go ahead and block that. It's going to shred us. I guess we'll go ahead and use the shelter here. Got another shred. Take up the mantle. That's fine. Tunic Clave. And he's going to flick the Kiss of Death at us. We can technically block with the card. We can activate Surgent pitching this because this is still a weapon attack or weapon activated ability. We'll probably arsenal the healing potion, so this can be spare. Also gets more earth cards in our discard. Oh, we need to update our losses. We are 0-1. Got a card from him. That's pretty good. Defense reactions can't be played. Gonna give him +3 and make a blood rot. That's fine. Playing Codex. Shows Command and Conquer. We're just going to give him the 2/3 blocks. On our turn, we'll play the Healing Potion and Arsenal the Shelter. Oh, we are going to take 2 off of the Blood Rot, though. Calming Breeze not bad. Mental Block, okay. Be nice if we can find a Root Bound here. When this is pitched, each hero shuffles, then puts the top card of their deck face down into their arsenal. That's okay. I think we Calming Breeze here. Your next attack with stealth this turn gets +3. This is coming in for 4. We can give a 3 block, and we still have 2 instances of 1 damage prevention. So currently, this is not hitting us. Take up the mantle, though. Kind of annoying. And this has go again. We can mental block here. Get a ponder, but then if he doesn't send another attack for this card, the ponder doesn't do anything. So I think it's going to be best to play the shelter. And then target dagger attack gets +3, target. So he's reducing block value. So currently I'm blocking 4, 5 with the Calming Breeze, so mental block here. And then because we have the Ponder token, we need to get rid of this Plot Wonder, so we'll shoot them for 1. Rootbound pretty good. That'll get the Decomposed train started. Do I care about 1? Probably not. Unless we want to Rootbound it. We could do that. So now Fellings and Plows will be turned on when we draw them. It's going to reduce the block value. So we do take the 1. Banish to Plow Under. Playing Orb Weaver for +3. And then Prognosis. So 4 total. Like I like blocking. I guess the CNC doesn't really do anything right now. So maybe it's this and CNC, and then we go play Heartbeat, shoot you, Arsenal, Sigil. Have I played much of the Arthur Trehay Battle Hardened list, the one with 9 root bounds and build around Waiting Moon? I haven't. The list looks it looks awkward. I mean, all Verdance lists feel awkward, but I don't know. It didn't seem like something that I would enjoy, but like I'm not denying that it's not strong, just preferences. I also didn't love that it was waning moon into everything. That feels like it could be a little weird sometimes. Kiss of Death. Seeds of Tomorrow gonna be putting in some work on this turn. I'll just block. He is activating Tunic. Spike with Blood Rot. So here we're gonna Seeds. I do really like the idea of playing the 3 Nourishing Emptiness in a deck like this. This covers the on hit and the flick. Um, I like the idea of playing the Nourishings. I think that's super cool. I just think that blue Rootbound feels awful, and I'm not sure that I want to try to force it that much. If we were to get, do we want to gain 2 or shoot him? We'll gain 2 here. If we were to get another decompose card that like wasn't bad and was a spell, I would be much more interested. He has a lot of cards in hand. Like if there was a arcane spell that also decomposed to make that work a bit more, I think that would be super cool. Oh, that's so much. Hmm. So even if I blocked here with the intent to Arsenal to Felling, this would only have been 7, 8, 9, and we went up to 12. I think I just let it hit. He's definitely taking the Fellings, which feels terrible. I guess there's only 1 left in the deck. Destructive Aether Tide. Do you have a Codex in Arsenal? Mark of the Black Widow. So we're not marked. We're preventing one, so we can take two here. And then we get to do our first felling. This will get us to 7. Or probably, no matter what happens, we're going to need 2 to get us there. I guess if he banishes another Earth card off the top, that would be good for us. So we probably do want to banish the 3, just to keep those chances alive. So we're at 7 Earth right now. If he were to banish a random Earth off the top, then Verdance is online. Ring of Rose is pretty good. This would banish a card off the top. It's going to just nick it. So looking at banishing 2 cards off the top, so we might hit an Earth card here. Warmongers, Rootbound. So now Verdance is online. We didn't take out the rampant growths, right? I feel like I pitched one. I know he made a shuffle a while back. Send the CNC. Play Sigil, Arsenal, Ring. I'll let him know that we're thinking. Yeah, I did pitch one. Activate Surgent pitching. CNC, Arsenal Sigil. We can start here and see if he gives us a card. He doesn't. Setting up Ring is pretty good, but I'm also just worried that he keeps like a crazy hand and pushes another like 12 damage off of a bonds or something. Like we're only at 15. I think that he wants to keep whatever he has lined up, so I think we're going to send the CNC. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like if we play the ring, we're giving him a lot of tempo. Um, okay. Okay. Potion, sigil, sigil, rampant, rampant. So 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Amp 20. We're gonna say no blocks. Yeah, Cusco, I just wasn't sure if I'm ever gonna have the space for the ring. Leave no is pretty good here. Or Codex is pretty good here. And to leave no. I was hoping to keep that felling to put in Arsenal. So we are going to amp the Verdance trigger that goes on from the healing potion. So we're going to activate healing potion. Verdance trigger on the stack, we need to do everything. So we're going to go sigil, sigil. We can let this one resolve. We can let this one resolve. And then this is still the healing potion Verdance trigger. We're going to respond with both halves. We want to gain the life. So the first half has resolved. We can let this Verdance trigger resolve. And now Rampant Growth is waiting to resolve. We're going to play the next one. We're going to gain the life. Shoot them for 1. And now both Rampant Growths are going to amp us for 10. And then the initial Verdance trigger is going to be for 21. It's a lot of damage. Took him down to 11. Take the 2 off the Blood Rod. Found another Rampant Growth. Pick up the point for 3. We're going to say no blocks. Art of Desire body. We will also say no blocks. Okay. Got some options here. We can send the Surgent. He will probably give us a card because his life total is starting to get pretty low. And then play the Pulsing Aether melded. So then we'll present 4 and then 1 off of the Pulsing Aether ability. And then that would let us arsenal the Rampant Growth. Hey, Card Fight, how's it going? The other option is activating Plume to get back the other Rampant Growth, melding the Pulsing Aether. We'll gain 1, 1, and 1. And then it'll be amp 3, amp 3. This will be coming in for 10, which is not lethal. It's not lethal. But it does get him into Storm Strider's range. But all of our pulsings are gone. 2 Scoldings, the Destructive Aether Tides. I think I like the play of Surgent into Meld Pulsing. Arsenal Rampant Growth. I don't want to pop everything here to Pulsing Aether him and then just have it like not be enough. Do we nodes this for 1 in 5? It's gonna poison the Willis. That's fine. I think I am going to nodes. If he gives us an AB, he only has AB1 right now. He goes to 6, and I feel like with a rampant growth in Arsenal and Storm Striders, we should be pretty good. The Arcane Twinning isn't bad. Leave no witnesses. If I plume, get back Pulsing Aether, pitch the red for boots, pitch the red for Pulsing Aether. That's 4, 5, 6, 7. Presenting 7 damage. He's at 6. He only has AB1. Do I go for it here? I think I do. Oh, that's not correct. Sorry. Uh, Pulsing Aether. Storm Striders. Okay, he has Shelter, but we can. He let the Storm Striders resolve. He should have done that before Storm Striders resolved. I don't think it changes anything though. We're gonna play Pulsing Aether. Gain 2. Both halves. For 7. I guess they can use Tunic? No, it would have been exact lethal. For 7. They're at 6. How'd they go to -1? Came in for 4, amped 3. So coming in for 7, they were at 6. I feel like they should be at 0, right? Shouldn't Tunic have saved them? Interesting. Either way, I don't think they're in a good spot. Every Verdance trigger is going to be a card from hand, plus whatever else we're doing. Good games to the opponent. That was definitely a close one. I think you would have been fine just letting it hit and going for it after playing Tree, potentially. But then I lose the rampant growth. Yeah, they would have lived at 1, right? I don't know why it showed them at -1. Oh, this is a bad matchup. We'll probably want the Tunic here. Are they going to be CYB? Are Enigmas CYB right now? Scour's fine. Seeds can be cut for the E-pots. I can see mental block not being great. Run it at 61. Yeah, I didn't think it was super popular, but I wasn't too sure. Looks like they're AB2. This is definitely a very, very difficult matchup. He's attacking with the ripple away. I'll just do this. Get 2 earth cards in the graveyard. Maybe try to set up a good tree. Mm, play tree. Yeah, it's actually pretty terrible. We can play tree over pitching by 1 to get the earth card, and then play healing potion. Don't get any value out of the tree, but we have it going into the next turn. Felling doesn't get us anything right now. So I think it has to be this. Other option is pitching this to the Surgent to shoot for 4, but I don't think I like that. I think I'd rather play the healing potion. The like one chance that we have at winning this matchup is like a really quick combo before they can assemble a crazy amount of ward. Very unlikely, but technically possible. We can try to keep the tree around another turn. I guess it depends on what they do here. If we pitch both of our Earth cards to the Surgent, be coming in for 4. Play Epot, Arsenal the Scour. Playing an Enigma Chimera. I think so. Seeing that, like, that's pretty underwhelming from them. I think we are actually going to take that line. It's definitely not the most efficient line, but banished are felling. Okay. But it does set us up a bit more. It lets us Arsenal the Scour. We could also pitch both of these to Scour to get rid of the 2 Spectral Shields. Be 2 damage, and then amp 3, so we present a 5. But then we don't get to play the energy potion. I think to have a shot in this game, our next two turns need to be healing potion, and then we need to draw like three rampant growths and a pulsing aether. Three rampant growths and a pulsing aether. Pulsing aether. I think that would work. And then maybe we got to like Arsenal and Oasis. There's one rampant growth. Playing a truce. It's fine. Hurry activates. Hmm. The scour is now kind of awkward here. I want to Arsenal the rampant growth. Do I just IP myself and keep the rampant growth in hand? We can go Surgent into Summer's Fall for 6 and then just hang on to this. When you or a card you control is the target of an attack. Summer's Fall would let them draw a card. And I don't love it, but like we kind of just need to keep emptying our hand to try to find these healing potions. Maybe we can get value out of the scour next turn. Blocking with Traverse, that is not a good sign. So we're probably going to see a Miragi here. Rage Spectre. Yep, there's the Miragi. Can we even do anything about this? The scour is looking awful. This is just gonna rot in our arsenal. We'll block for 3. Tunic. Enigma Chimera. Well, we do have a popper. God, the scour is terrible right now. Hmm. Let's send 5. Activate Tunic, pitch the rampant growth, attack for 5. 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Activate Surgent for 6. Like an AB2, they would have to prevent 4. They have 1 here, so they would need Ward 3 to keep the manifestations around. And if they were able to, we now have no potions in play. I think we just have to send the fruits. We can't just keep IPing ourselves to hold the rampant growth. We need them to start making some spectral shields so that we can get this out of our hand. Is it defense reaction? Yeah. But this is definitely the most awkward scour of all time. Playing a CNC. I mean, I'm actually kind of okay with that. It's a lot of damage. We're gonna arsenal this rampant growth. Is Enigma almost gone? I'll be pretty happy when she leaves. So waxing would have ward 3, and then truce. Think you do a mini combo and plume. It would clear the Miragi. Another 8. Heartbeat, Sergeant, Heartbeat, Sergeant. 1 for Pulsing Aether, 1 Floating, 2 for Energy Potion, Plume. I think this is probably the good way the turn that we mini combo. She's middle of the pack for LL points and loses Zen pretty easily, so she'll be around for a while. But isn't Zen only like 40 points off from LLing? I think this is the mini combo turn because we'll be able to gain 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 amp. It won't be for 14 because we only have the 1 rampant growth. It'll be for 13. And then we can go Surgent into Pulsing Aether. Or Surgent, Heartbeat, Heartbeat, Surgent. Energy Potion for Plow Under afterwards. Arsenal the Pulsing Aether. Maybe. We can definitely start by gaining 3. Gain 2. We actually need to decide now. Because then it'll affect which one we pitch. So it's probably Pulsing Aether. Rampant Growth, both halves. Plume. Get back Rampant Growth. Rampant Growth, both halves. Activate Epot. Surgent Aethertide for 14. And then we will Pulsing Aether, and this will be for 11. We will not pay 1. Probably takes 10 here, unless he wants to give us a whole other card. Yeah, he goes to 14. So not bad, but if he establishes another Miragi, we're pretty in trouble. Enigma Chimera. I think we just give him the 2/3 blocks, play Epot, and then Arsenal Sigil. Her biggest counter is unavoidable, so things like Vincent and any ninja with Tiger Swipe. Yeah, she was doing okay into some of the more aggressive decks, but I'm not sure what Waxing Spectre. I'm not sure what Syndra into her looks like. She was definitely being put down a little bit by Viserai too. But now that he's gone, yeah, definitely a tough matchup. It's not unwinnable, but like it's pretty unfavored. I did beat one at the Milwaukee Battle Hardened the last time we had the event here. It was very close, but I was able to mini combo him enough. Spectre coming in for is this 4? Into a Metamorph. Well, this is our whole life total. I think we gain 3, take 7, and then we can go Surgent into Weakest Link. Surprised he didn't decide to use Tunic there. So this is Ward 3. So we pitched a Rampant Growth earlier. So we're still waiting to see one of them. Yeah, it definitely does help if we go online, but I feel like getting online against Enigma is a lot harder. All right, giving us 6 blocks, that's pretty good for us. Ring is not bad. Plowender is pretty okay. If only I had 9 root bounds. If only. Attacking with Waxing Spectre. What does our turn look like? We're only going to be able to plow under to get to 6 cards in Banish. We we can afford to block with this Warmongers for sure. And then if we have to give up the heartbeat, we don't have to give up the heartbeat. I think we just go Surgeon into Plow under Decomposing. If we had a spell with Unavoidable, it would help the matchup a lot. I agree. That would be really nice. If it was a Decompose spell, that would be even cooler. I really just want a Decompose spell for the deck. So we would gain 3. Gain 3. Shoot you. Plow under. We'll start here. They'd let the waxing specter go. Just kidding. Shelter from the storm. Okay, that's fine. Plow under. I'm hoping there's a decompose spell coming up that's like a 1 for 3 on decomp, gain life equal to damage to steals. I was thinking something like maybe like a Voltic Bolt-esque card, like a 2 for 5 in red. And then if you decomposed a card, if it deals damage, like their first attack on their turn gets like -2 or something. Or even like a 2 for 4, if it deals damage, their first attack gets -2. You, and we want another Earth card, and we'll do that one. Because then it kind of leads into like her more defensive, slightly stally game plan. All right, take the damage. 3 cards in hand, and they have found a Mirage. Yeah, Aether Earthband. That'd be great. We got a Felling. Felling's good. Felling is good. Attacking with Mirage, they're going to pitch their Chi. Oh, they didn't pitch a Chi for this. So we can probably block for 3, take 1. Block for 3, take 1. Sergeant, pitching blue into Felling. That should get the Sergeant should get a card out of them, and then the Felling will take another card and then require at least a card and Tunic if he wants to try to protect this. This seems good for us. So Sergeant takes a card from hand. Should take a card from hand. If it doesn't, we're also happy with that. Felling forces a card from hand. We only need 2. And now we're online, which is helpful. Um, so 3 block Tunic would keep it alive. Um, D-React would keep it alive, but he's choosing to let it go. He's going to 6. So we have him in Stormstrider's range. We just drew a Scolding. But we don't have enough to kill him here. We have enough to deal 5. 4 because he has a pitch floating. Yeah, getting the sync was good. We can go block 6. Play Healing Potion. Arsenal Scolding. I think that's our best line. Our other option as well is use Energy Potion to activate the Aether Tide and get a card from them. Is using Energy Potion to make them essentially discard a card worth it? I think it probably is at this point in the game. Maybe he lets the Rage Spectre go? It's a very close game. Okay. Play Healing Potion. Pass. Found a Sigil and a Rampant Growth, and with the Emeritus, that might be game. He's activating Enigma. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage here. He already has 1 damage prevention. So it's 7. He'd have to pitch 2 cards to make it 5. He goes to 1. Four. Unless we nodes it, and it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 damage total. -1 is 8, 7, 6. He'd have to have a ward in hand. Oh, he has ward 6 now. I do forget about that a lot. Good call. Good call. Oh, God. This is probably unwinnable for us then at this point. We can block 3. And then he's gonna attack us for 6. Block 3. Gain 3. Up to 5. When he attacks us for 6, we can block 2. Take 4 down to 1. And we're left with Rampant Growth, Scolding. This block is definitely happening. I don't think it's necessarily over. 4, 7, 8. How is this attacking me? What? You have resources to pay for, but you have no cards to pitch. I have 3 floating. Okay, that was weird. We'll gain 2. Yeah, it sucks that we had to do that just to stay alive. Definitely not looking good for us. Phantasmaclasm, that's pretty good. Well, joke's on you, we drew a popper anyways. We probably just send the Autumn's Touch here. Yeah, man, we got that 3 floating. Pretty sure Sam O'Byrne is going to be commentating with DM Armada at the Battle Hardened Milwaukee, which will be super cool. So blocking 1, so 4 damage coming through. Are you giving up both coalescences? No, you probably have a direct, right? Giving up both coalescence. We have a popper. We have a popper. Well, he's going to take our popper. Um, we can block 7 and go to 6 and then send Plow Under. Actually, we'd be able to Surgent into Plow Under. It seems fine. He does know we have the Plow Under. I'm surprised we're as in this game as we are. I still think we're in a losing position, but there's a non-0% chance that we could win this. The AB's for 2, so you're looking at taking 4 right now. So looking at taking 1. Drew a Felling. And a Heartbeat. Heartbeat is pretty good here. Gain 3, shoot you for 3, into Felling. Choose yes. Choose yes. Choose yes. They went to 2, and then we Felling them. They concede? Or some of the... Oh, they also know the preserve tradition? I thought it was a chi. Why did they concede? You bottom grains, and then just go block, block. They would have drawn into an all-red hand, which wouldn't have been great. We would have drawn into a Pulsing Aether, root bound, twinning, which on our turn, we can block with the root bound depending on what they do, meld the Pulsing Aether and amp it. I think they were at 2 at that point, and they can only AB so much. I think we actually would have won this even if they didn't concede. 4, 7. Because they were at 2. They're at 2, so they bottom the grains, and they have to block with every card in their hand. So they're probably not playing preserve. They just draw back up into 4 reds. We draw into Pulsing Aether, root bound, twinning. And yeah, we would meld the Pulsing Aether. No, we could probably shoot with the Surgent. Pitch this to play the Pulsing Aether. No, we probably want to gain the life. So meld Pulsing Aether, twinning it, and they wouldn't be able to survive the 5 arcane with this. So I think we actually win that. I'm gonna take it. We beat an Enigma. All right, we have time for one more for tonight, probably just because these games take a little bit longer. That was grindy as hell, but that was pretty cool. Playing against a Mario. Mario. I actually haven't seen a lot of what this deck can do. Oh, he left. Okay. Let's see if we can stay positive tonight. Ooh, playing against a Victor. That'll be a fun one. We want the D-Reacts. Do we want the energy potion? We're definitely trying to combo them. Maybe we'll bring in one. One easy game versus Fang. I'd like to see how the Surgent list fares. Depending on how long this one goes, maybe. We could probably take out the Scours and Mm-mm-mm. God, I hate sideboarding with this deck. I feel like everything needs to stay in. Take out the yellow root bounds, maybe. We're gonna. It feels terrible. I don't know if this is correct. I don't want to cut blues, and I want all my reds. Guardian should be a good matchup. Victor specifically can be a little bit aggressive. But if he's not too aggressive and disruptive, then I think we have a really good matchup. But if he comes out of the gates with like Rouse the Ancients into large attacks, visit the Goldmane Estates, pumping up like um, Golden Suns and Command and Conquer Pummels, it can definitely be more difficult. Got your tokens today. They're dope. Wow, I feel like that took a while. Either that or you don't check your mail very often. I feel like I sent those like a week and a half ago. Oh, did your opponent leave? That would be unfortunate. That sucks. I really wanted to play this. Um, Matthew, if you're still up for a game, I'd be down. Yeah, that sucks. Are you on our Discord? Just joined. Okay, is that you? The chirurgian? All right, I just sent you a link. Hopefully that's actually you and not some other guy that just joined. Okay, it is you. Cool. All right, and you said you're playing Fang. We would prefer to go first. We're gonna want the bark skin for sure. And yeah, good luck, man. I feel like we're gonna want the shelters. I want calming breeze. I don't really think calming breeze does too much. I could see cutting. Scours are definitely good. Mental block is okay. Man, maybe these cards just need to come out. It's kind of a pet card. I really like the card, but I feel like I cut it a lot. It's 62 right now. God, I hate sideboarding with this deck. Every card in here is good, and it's there for a reason. We're gonna run it at 62. Starting off with the tree is really good. We could play tree, pitch to Sergeant, but then we would have a tree. stuck in our hand. So we could Heartbeat, play Tree, and not Surgent. He doesn't have a B. I think we have to play Tree. With him not on AB, we have to play Tree. And then, yeah, I mean, the only thing we can do is either play the Twinning or the Surgent. It might as well just be the Surgent. He's going to make a fealty. And then I guess we're arsenaling another tree. Starting with an Oath of Loyalty. Yeah, yeah, and they usually don't run AB. So as long as we can set up decent like mini combos, we can do a ton of damage to him. We're gonna say no blocks here. So like here we'll be able to Surgent for a free 4 damage and then look to end on like a Command and Conquer. We're gonna say no blocks here. And then having the backup tree in Arsenal as well for when this one goes away. We should have a lot of arcane damage to work with here. He just takes it. Yeah, he can't. Doesn't have a choice. He doesn't have AB. So Tree's going to stick around because we did keep 2 Earth cards to pitch. So this turn, if we can find like Sigil, Rampant Growth, and maybe some blues, that's going to be a crazy amount of damage. Okay. We didn't find the blues, but we can still play this. We're not marked for the saver, but I imagine he's going to have a way to mark us. How much damage are we looking at here? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't love it. I wish this was a blue for a Surgent. But I think, yeah, I can scour his fealty. It's definitely good. I think we have to take this. This is coming in for 1 with 2 cards in hand. He's definitely going to buff it. So we can give him the bark skin, but then when he buffs it, like we're still going to get hit. He's going to get his fealty anyways. So I don't think we block this. All right, tree activation. Sigil. Rampant growth. It's not as bad as it looks. Yeah, if this Command and Conquer was a blue, we do some disgusting things to him. It would be 8 into 12. He'd go to 8. Oh, he has a Oasis Respite. That's pretty good. That does take 2 cards from his hand. Tree's gonna go away. We can definitely set up another tree here and then potentially look for a Sergeant pulsing line. Maybe arsenaling the destructive Aethertide. No blocks. Tunic, Brave Forge. Coming in for 2. Okay, at 16 life, we are kind of in the zone where like we're getting a little uncomfortable. So we need to be a little careful. The Felling's not bad. Fire Vein for 1. We're gonna give him this. Are we? Hmm. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we're just gonna give him the bark skin and then we can fall back on the root bound. Breaking Fealty. Attack with target dagger additional time, and its attacks cost you 1 less to activate this turn. Draw a card. That's okay. We're gonna say no blocks here because we do have the root bound. So we take 1 there. Blaze Headlong. We are okay with taking this down to 10. Does he have a combination of cards that would kill us from here? Playing a Draconic card would put this to 2. So we have 8 life left. If it was like double Hunt's End, most are going to be +3. Long Whisker could be. Long Whisker would. I'm thinking. So say it was a +3. He goes to 5. Long Whisker would go 7, 8. And then he'd be able to attack again. Which would present lethal. And then at that point, we could block with the Scolding if we needed to. I feel like double Hunt's End would really be like the only thing. I'm going to say no blocks. We'll see if I get punished. I'm not super familiar with the Fang decks and like what every reaction does, but I'm pretty sure for the most part there's three buffs. It's usually two bumping to three depending on flight path is good. He can attack again. We'll go to one. If you've created a fealty token this turn, this gets go again. Now I'm getting a little bit more scared about the second attack. Four, we go to five, and then one of the plus three buffs would kill us. And he's just passing. Oh, it didn't have go again? Did he not make a fealty that turn? Then then the skull, so then we would be at five. We shoot him down to six plus whatever damage he's planning on taking here. So he would essentially be at four here, if that was the case. We have a rampant growth here, right? Is he just dead? Unless he has a Oasis. Three, four, five. No, we're short. Hunt's End. So we take four here. This is a second Hunt's End. Currently, we're taking eight. So we block here. We take one down to two. We take one down to one. And then we can pitch the healing potion to shoot him for one and then shoot him for two. He goes to four. And we would try to kill him with a plume Stormstriders. Should we have nodes here? We have the pitch floating. It would put him to three. Let's see if he's okay with letting us do that. I think we should. We might as well get the value out of it while we can. There's no guarantee that on a Stormstrider's turn we're going to have the pitch floating to be able to do this. Warmonger's not the best arsenal target. Scolding is very good though. So unless he has Oasis Respite, um, Stormstrider's Scolding takes a whole blue. If we wanted a plume, we would need a blue. What would we get back on plume? It would have to be Rampant Growth, which is free. So we do have a blue to spare. So this is coming in for 4. It is possible that he has an Oasis here, which would kill us. But I think this is our only out. Oh, he didn't have it. Dang. GG's. That was a close one. That was a really close one. He says that was faster than he thought it would be. Um, all right. I think I'm gonna probably call it there. Just slightly earlier than I normally end it, but I feel like if I started another game, it would probably be a pretty long one. But yeah, that was a super good game. Um, yeah, very close. I feel like it kind of is with Fang because he doesn't run AB. It's very easy to just like do big arcane damage chunks to him, which makes me not want to block. I also feel like Fang goes too quick and too tall for me to even try doing a effective like blocking plan against it. So I think that I kind of need to be like an aggro wizard into Fang. And it works fine. Fang is definitely scary though. When that deck like gets solved, that's gonna be terrifying. It's very fun playing Verdance. Yes, I agree. I love Verdance. She's such a cool deck. All right, that's gonna be it for me for tonight. I will probably be playing Verdance again next week on the 19th. And then I'll probably also play it on the 26th because on the 29th is the Milwaukee Team CC Battle Hardened that I'm going to be playing in. So this is practice for me. Um, and hopefully we do well. My teammates are, one of them is probably going to be on Florian. The other one's probably going to be on Mario, but there's an outside chance that he switches to new, I guess. More than likely going to be Mario though. So we'll see how we do. I'll definitely do a recap when we come back on stream on the 2nd. But yeah, for the next 2 weeks, expect more Verdance gameplay. I appreciate you guys hanging out in chat. And maybe next week I will have some more information about the buttons that I'm making. Like I said, I'm gonna maybe look at opening up like an Etsy shop for these. So we'll see what that looks like, and I'll try to figure out pricing and stuff. I don't know. Not really trying to like get rich off of this. Just something that's fun. I have a lot of bulk lying around, and again, there's a lot of really cool flesh and blood art that you really don't get to play with. So this is a cool way to kind of appreciate that. So, all right, you guys have a good night, and I will see you next week.